Welcome to Manna, crack wheat or 6-year sourdough.
I'm gonna do the 6-year sourdough and a coffee. 2, please, with butter.
We don't have butter, no jam, no spreads, also no coffee or any drinks.
Wait, I'm sorry, you just sell dry toast?
2 6-year sourdough.
That's $14.
Dollars? American dollars.
No Instagramming, get the out!
What's going on, everyone? It's me again. Back here again with another episode of Is It Worth It? You know, the series where I go in and do a few reviews here and there of some television shows, movies, and video games that I think you should hear about. You know, and I tell you whether or not I like it, or, you know, whether or not you may like it. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on my MTV side of things here. This certain subset of shows that I want to focus on are what I'd like to call MTV's forgotten television shows. These shows are television shows that that MTV, you know, put out, you know, during I want to say like early 2000s, somewhere in more the late 2000s or the 2010s, as some may say, and they were pretty good. I think that they were pretty good, or at the very least, they were worth watching for their demographic at the time, but, you know, for whatever reason, they didn't catch on the way MTV assumed they would, and we, you know, missed out on them. Now, as you previously heard, Sweet Vicious is, you know, the first of the shows in that series, but you know, I want to focus on another show that I recently binged because I, you know, saw some trailers for it. I saw it when, you know, it was in its heyday, and it just kind of disappeared, and I took an interest in it. So yeah, let's get into it. Mary+Jane is a very interesting television show that MTV put out. Probably the most interesting thing about this show is that, you know, of course, it's got Mary+Jane. It's, you know, play on words here with Mary Jane, as some people use for marijuana. So, of course, you know, the show was going to be themed on marijuana, but the production company that put this out is called Mary+Jane. Mary with an E. Merry. Jane. And there's a certain celebrity that people may know who launched this company. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Snoop Dogg, right? Snoop Dogg put out a television show in the 2010s, you know, in 2016 to be exact, that focuses on marijuana and the, you know, misadventures of two girls who live in, I believe it was LA. Yeah, two girls who live in LA who have their own, you know, marijuana business. This is around the time where medical marijuana was, you know, all the craze. So, you know, the show starts off with a little, like, you know, implication that, you know, what they're doing is an official business, and then it gets very, very, like, iffy later on. But let me read to you the Wikipedia page article on this, because I don't know, it doesn't do it justice. Okay, here's what it says. Mary+Jane is a marijuana-themed comedy that premiered on MTV on September 5th, 2016 at 10 p.m. The show stars Scout Durwood and Jessica Roth, who I'll talk about a little bit later, and is produced by rapper Snoop Dogg, Deborah Kaplan, and Harry Elfont. On February 9th, 2017, MTV canceled the show after one season. That's the general synopsis that they gave us for the show. Now, The plot literally just says the series follows Paige and Jordan, two young entrepreneurs selling marijuana through a weed delivery service in Los Angeles. That's it. That's all it says. Like, okay. And if you look up Deborah Kaplan here, she's a screenwriter and film director who did such great classics as A Very Brady Sequel, Can't Hardly Wait, which, yes, like that is a classic. That movie is amazing, but I digress. And Josie and the Pussycats. Oh, and a bonus, The Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas. Take that how you will. Harry Elfont, he also was involved in those projects, apparently. That's as much as a Wikipedia dive will give you. Now, funny enough, IMDb tells you that Nellie Nugiel? I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name, but the producer for the show also produced another very good MTV show that did have a few more seasons than some of the other shows I'll mention, in this group. But unfortunately, that also got canceled after a certain period of time. It's called Faking It. So I'll be making a video on that at some point. But funny enough, the producer also was involved in the television show Greek, which was very popular in its heyday, which that show came out in 2007. It lasted until 2011. I never watched the show religiously. I just watched it in passing, episodes here and there, but it was really interesting. It was all about college life, all about the college party life. And yeah, I don't know, it was very popular on, what was it, ABC Family? Yeah. But I digress. Back to Mary+Jane. That is a show. IMDb says that the show is about Jordan and Paige, 20-something entrepreneurs, are desperately trying to find success with their Los Angeles area business that focuses on running a marijuana delivery service. Their app is gaining popularity among a list of customers that include foodies, celebrities, and hipsters, but they're looking for more. As is fitting of the product they offer, Jordan and Paige try to put as little effort as possible into everything they do. From running their company to finding some romance and keeping their clients happy, rapper and noted marijuana enthusiast Snoop Dogg serves as an executive producer of the comedy series. Now, one thing to note about this show, and one thing that I do love about this show, is that the chemistry between the lead actresses is astounding. They do a really good job. The jokes, they land. Most of the jokes are just like, ha ha ha, LA hipsters, ha ha ha, they are weird. And it hits, there's an episode that's literally about one of the two characters wanting to go to a restaurant called Shh. It's a restaurant where you're silent the whole time, so you gotta whisper. Even the waiter comes up and just whispers to everyone. That definitely sounds like something I would see in LA. But the thing that drew me to the show is Jessica Roth. She is gaining a lot more notoriety now because of the Happy Death Day series. Now, I don't know about you, but that series to me is what put her on the map. That's what put her in front of everyone. And she did really well in those movies. The first one was seen as a more serious movie, and then the second one just kind of leaned into the comedic the comedic the comedic preference, and she did a really good job. She's really good at playing the comedy role, which is nice because from first glance, she seems like she's going to be played as like the, pretty girl character in whatever she's in, because she's like, a very petite, cute, like blonde girl. And so usually those characters are just played for their looks, but she doesn't mind doing what she needs to do for comedy to work, which is great. And it plays into this show as well, Scout Durwood also has an amazing performance. Her character is just astounding, Jordan is played by Scout Durwood, and she's a character who is very interesting. She is someone who is all about just being herself, doing whatever she wants. She'll sit around and smoke weed if she wants to. She'll have casual encounters with people if she wants to, and that even gets her into interesting situations, like an episode where she gets involved with a couple and they just start showering her with gifts, and she feels like she's in the middle of them and she doesn't want to break them up, but as it goes on further, it gets wild. Very wild. But the show has so many good jokes. It could go on and on about everything that's good about this, and unfortunately it didn't catch on, so MTV canceled it. But MTV had a gold mine of shows like this. I personally don't understand why these shows get canceled, but it's probably because of ratings. This is another TV show that's ahead of its time. The subject matter is not as serious as shows like Sweet Vicious were, but this one is still worth a watch. It's 10 episodes, it's one season, 30-minute episodes. Every episode is a banger. I'm telling you that right now. All of you should watch this television show if you get the chance. It's still available on the MTV website. I know that in other countries it's free to watch, but in the US there's this whole thing of using your cable provider to connect to the website and whatnot just to watch whatever shows are there. So if you get a chance, catch it. It's a brilliant show. The jokes are amazing. The guest stars in the show are really amazing. I mean, there's an episode with Seth Green, who plays a very rich man who shows up to LA because he wants to, expand his horizons and also gentrify the area. So, yeah. To keep it simple, Mary+Jane is not the show that you go to for, a super deep storyline about all kinds of dramatic events with super deep character writing. And somehow, some way, it gives that to you anyways. All the characters are written really well. They play off each other really well. All the guest characters play off each other really well. You even have an appearance from an actor who was in The Wire. It's amazing. The jokes that are in it are just beautiful. Some of them are like weed, marijuana, but that's fine. That's what you expect from a weed-themed show. Some of them are, these hipsters are in LA, and that's fine. That's another thing to expect from a show like this. This was a television show that was ahead of its time, unfortunately, and because of it, it got canned. And the only thing you can do is appreciate what we have out there and move forward. This kind of show paved the way for other shows that we have now, and hopefully in the future we can get something from this team. The producers, the directors, the writers, everyone who's involved in this moved on to create more things. So hopefully one day they'll all get back together and they'll create some sort of spiritual successor to this, as I would hope would happen with all of MTV's forgotten shows, because they introduce some very nice and interesting concepts. And that's all you really want from a television show, isn't it? Oh, and it being good, of course. Of course. Mary+Jane, the love child of Snoop Dogg and his company mary+jane, which I don't know, you should look that up too. Yeah, the show is worth it. Watch it. Like, tell all your friends. Maybe at some point in time they'll bring it back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and look out for new videos coming, because there will be more videos coming in this series. So look out for them. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want. I'm here for the people. I'm here for you. All right? I'm here for all of you. So, once again, this has been Is It Worth It? MTV's Forgotten Shows. And I hope you all have a nice night. I hope we're all doing well. Drink some water, please. And stay safe out there.